The crisp autumn breeze swept through Central Park, rustling the colorful leaves that painted the pathways in shades of gold and red. Michael Harper, a man of routine and precision, found solace in these autumn walks. As a financial analyst entrenched in a world of numbers and deadlines, these walks were his respite, a time to escape the monotony of spreadsheets and board meetings. Today, however, his usual tranquility was disrupted by a scene that caught his attention. A young woman sat alone on a bench, her shoulders slumped, her face buried in her hands. The park, usually a sanctuary of calm, felt unusually quiet. Michael's heart tugged at the sight of her distress, and though he was naturally reserved, he felt compelled to approach her. "Excuse me, are you all right?" Michael asked, his voice gentle but laced with genuine concern. The woman looked up, her eyes red and glossy. I lost something very important," she said, her voice quivering. "It's a family heirloom, and it's gone." Michael glanced around the park, noting the serene but vast expanse. "Do you want me to help you look for it?" he offered. "Sometimes a fresh pair of eyes can make a difference." She hesitated for a moment, her eyes searching his face for sincerity. Finally, she nodded. "I'd appreciate that. My name is Emily." "Michael," he replied, with a reassuring smile. "Let's start by retracing your steps." Emily explained that she had been enjoying a leisurely walk when she realized her ring, a beautiful gold band with a sapphire stone, was missing. It was not just a piece of jewelry, but a symbol of her family's history. It had been passed down through generations, each owner cherishing it as a tangible connection to their heritage. As they began their search, Michael's mind raced with questions about Emily's life, but he chose to focus on the task at hand. They scoured the path where Emily had walked, carefully inspecting every inch of grass and peering under benches. The fading light of the day made their search increasingly difficult. Emily's frustration grew as the minutes ticked by. "I can't believe I was so careless," she said, her voice tinged with despair. "My grandmother gave me this ring before she passed away. Losing it feels like losing a part of her." Michael could see the depth of her distress and felt a growing responsibility to help her. "Let's not give up yet," he said. "Sometimes things turn up when you least expect them." The sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the park. As darkness enveloped them, Michael suggested they take a break and grab a coffee at a nearby cafe. "We can regroup and think of a new strategy," he proposed. Emily agreed, and they headed to the cafe, a cozy little place with warm lighting and the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee. As they settled into a booth, Michael noticed that Emily seemed a bit more relaxed. The cafe's atmosphere was a stark contrast to the tension they had felt in the park. Over steaming cups of coffee, Emily opened up about her family, her grandmother, and the significance of the ring. Michael listened intently, fascinated by the personal story behind the heirloom. Emily's grandmother had been a remarkable woman, a pillar of strength and grace in her family. The ring was not just a piece of jewelry, but a cherished memory of her grandmother's love and wisdom. As their conversation continued, Michael learned more about Emily's life. She had recently moved to the city for a new job, hoping to find a fresh start after a series of personal challenges. The park had been her sanctuary, a place where she sought comfort and connection with her past. Michael found himself drawn to Emily's sincerity and vulnerability. Her story resonated with him, and he realized that this chance encounter had the potential to be more than just a fleeting moment. He offered to help her search the park again the next day. Sometimes, the darkness makes things harder to find, Michael said. "We'll give it another shot in the daylight." The next morning, Michael and Emily met at the park with renewed hope. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the park's pathways. They retraced their steps, inspecting every corner with a meticulous eye. Despite their efforts, the ring remained elusive. Emily's hope began to wane as the hours passed. "I appreciate all your help, Michael, but I think we might have to accept that it's gone," she said with a heavy heart. Just as they were about to leave, Michael noticed a small, glinting object near a flower bed. He approached and, with a mixture of hope and skepticism, picked it up. To their astonishment, it was Emily's ring. Emily's eyes widened with disbelief. "How did you find it?" Michael shrugged, a smile spreading across his face. "Sometimes things just turn up when you least expect them." Overwhelmed with gratitude, Emily hugged Michael tightly. "I can't thank you enough. You went above and beyond to help me." Michael felt a warmth in his chest, not just from the gratitude, but from the genuine connection he had formed with Emily. "I'm just glad I could help," he said modestly. As they parted ways, Emily invited Michael to dinner as a token of her appreciation. They enjoyed a delightful meal at a charming restaurant, where they continued to share stories and laughter. The evening was filled with a sense of camaraderie and understanding. In the weeks that followed, Michael and Emily's friendship blossomed. They began to spend more time together, exploring the city and sharing their experiences. Michael found himself looking forward to his weekends with newfound excitement, and Emily's presence brought a sense of joy and spontaneity to his life. One day, as they strolled through the park where their journey began, Emily turned to Michael with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Michael, this ring was a symbol of my past, but meeting you has made me realize that sometimes the most meaningful connections come from unexpected places." Michael smiled, feeling a sense of contentment. "I think we've both discovered something valuable through this experience." Their bond grew stronger, and eventually, they realized that their connection went beyond friendship. Michael and Emily's relationship deepened into love, and they supported each other through life's challenges and triumphs. Years later, as they looked back on that fateful day in the park, they marveled at how a lost ring had led to a life-changing connection. Their story was a testament to the power of kindness and the unexpected ways in which fate can bring people together. Michael and Emily often reflected on their journey and the serendipitous events that had changed their lives. They knew that their chance meeting had been more than a coincidence. It had been a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary moments come from the most ordinary circumstances. In the end, the ring was a symbol of their shared history and the serendipity that had brought them together. Their lives, once defined by routine and predictability, had been forever transformed by a simple act of kindness and a chance encounter in Central Park. As they walked hand in hand through the same park where it all began, they marveled at the beauty of their journey. The park, once a backdrop to a moment of distress, had become a symbol of their shared happiness and the unexpected twists of fate that had brought them together. Michael and Emily knew that their story was just one of many that illustrated the magic of chance encounters and the profound impact they could have on our lives. They cherished their journey, understanding that sometimes the smallest moments can lead to the most significant changes. And so, with hearts full of gratitude and love, they continued to embrace the unpredictable nature of life, knowing that every chance meeting and every lost ring had the potential to lead to something truly extraordinary.